Assalamu alaikum dear student. It's your week 7th day 2 lecture and the topic is working with tables. And the objective is student will be able to format a table and edit a table. In the previous lecture we have discussed about how to create a table, and in this lecture we discuss about format a table or edit a table. And the success criteria is place the mouse cursor at a various places in the text in order to identify the kind of format that has been applied to the table. How to edit our table. Now we will watch the video in which we will see how we can edit a table.
In this fast world, first, to create a table, you'll have to go to Insert tab, click on the table button and choose the dimensions of the table. So if I choose something like this, same is going to get reflected in terms of number of rows and columns of the table. If you want to move from one cell to another, you may press tab. This will help jump the cursor from one cell to another. Similarly, if you want to go backwards, you will have to press shift tab, same as Excel. If you wish to delete a particular row, you may choose that row by using this arrow from the left hand side of the table. Right click and you can click on delete rows. You can also choose the row and press Ctrl X, which is for cut. Now bringing the few rows back, same applies to column. I can choose the cells of a column, right click, and I can say delete columns. Similarly, I can choose the column and press Ctrl X. Now in the later version of Word, as you bring your cursor to the left of the table, you get this small plus sign appearing between the two rows. If you click on the plus sign, it will add a row at that point. You can do the same thing by choosing the row, right click and say insert. However, when you go to right click insert menu, you get more options such as insert columns to the left, insert columns to the right, insert rows above, insert rows below, and insert cells. So if I say insert rows above, it adds a row above. Now if you want to change the height and width of the row, you may choose the cells which you want to change the height or width of. Go to layout and you notice height and width. So if you click on this up button, it will increase the height. If you want to decrease the width, you can use the down button against the width. Now if you wish to split the cell into two, maybe there are two units, you can choose the cell, right click and say split cells. It'll ask you how many columns do you want to split this cell into. You can even change the rows. So let me test this by putting 3 columns and 2 rows. Okay, notice there are 3 columns and 2 rows. Similarly, you can merge 2 cells by choosing the 2 cells. Right click on the selection and say merge cells. Let me try with a group of 4 cells. I choose the 4 cells. Now as my cursor hovers upon the selection, the arrow like icon comes up, at which point right click and say merge cells. Now if you wish to change the shading of a particular cell, you right click on it, go to table properties, then click on borders and shading. Within borders and shading, you'll find the shading tab, and within that you can choose the fill color, let's say gray. So the sequence has been table properties and borders and shading. I press OK. OK. Now since I chose just one cell, it applied the table properties shading to the entire table. In later videos, we'll see how we can apply only to one group of cells.
Perform the hands-on activity on your PC which is mentioned on page number 62.